Okay, so today we're doing a vertical tasting, which means we're tasting the same wine from a number of different vintages. We've got the Penfolds Kalimna Shiraz here from 01, 03, and 04. And that's different from a horizontal tasting, which a horizontal tasting is where you taste a number of different wines from the same vintage. Alright, so we'll start off at the beginning here with the 01. Also got some lovely brie here and crackers to go along with it.
And chocolate.
And chocolate. Because you always want to have something tasty along with a good wine. And Shiraz really pairs well with a whole lot of things.
Like pears. Ha! I have some of those if you want them.
We can break out the pears too. There are cherries inside the chocolate supposedly.
Yeah.
So.
I can show you.
That's good.
It's got a really nice purpley hue here to it. Extremely fruity flavor.
Very musky, like, kind of smell. But in a good way.
Mmm.
A little chewy. Good though.
It's definitely chewy, quite fruity.
Yeah, very fruity.
The pears might be good with this.
Yeah.
Yep, these are all Shirazes. Kalimna, they're from South Australia. Penfolds is, of course, one of Australia's oldest wineries, currently owned by the Foster's Group. Australian for beer, you know.
Right.
They've got wine too, good wine.
Yum.
So do you always start with the newest?
The oldest.
It's actually the
Oh, sorry, the
The
oldest.
01.
Oh, we start with the 01. Okay, so you start with the oldest. Is that the way you do it?
But it's very fruity for a Shiraz.
But you can do vertical tastings either way. You can start at the young and move to the old, or you can start at the old and move to the young. No, it's definitely not dry. It definitely doesn't taste 6 years, 7 years old.
Not at all.
Okay,
It's
it's
very
still-
light and
Brie.
fruity.
It's still very, very young and
It's
fruity.
awesome with the brie.
Yeah.
It's definitely aged very well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this, seriously, I think it could do another 10 years in the bottle and still be very good. Easily.
Definitely. I feel like my crackers have a little cheese flavor to them.
Really?
What are they made of?
Nut.
Nuts like almonds and rice flour. I think. Yeah.
We have gluten-filled and gluten-free crackers with us tonight.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good. I think we should go to Australia and taste some wine there.
Definitely, lass.
Most definitely.
That'd be way better than Vegas.
Maybe in the hills of Marlborough.
Melrose in New Zealand.
New Zealand is right by Australia.
We're totally gonna go there too. That's where the Lord
How about we go down to Adelaide? You know, that's down in South Australia.
All
It's kind of
right.
in the centre of the wine region there. You can go up to the Limestone Coast, over to Kangaroo Island,
See some limestone
maybe
and
the
some
Barbarossa
kangaroo.
Valley. It's right there in the centre.
Let's go find a great white. You wanna go snorkeling?
It's the other side. It's
Whatever. We're gonna do the whole
the
country.
eastern coast of
The whole
It's
Australia.
not that big, isn't it?
No.
It's like the size of Rhode Island, right?
Yeah, it's pretty small. Wasn't that funny?
Rhode Island,
I was right.
Texas. What's the difference? Couple orders of
And you have
magnitude,
a
you know.
map for a shower curtain, so you should know. You should know.
Yes. We do. We do.
Okay.
All right, so next up
Okay.
here,
Gotta finish.
we've got the 2003 This is bin 28, by the way, the Kalimna Shiraz that we're tasting tonight.
They're all bin 28.
Yeah. Penfolds was one of the original binners.
What does that mean, actually?
Just blends that they put together at the winery.
And what is Kalimna?
Kalimna is a place.
The place, okay.
Yeah.
Is it a wine region? Or
It's not an official GI, not a geographic indicator or indication in Australia, but it's where Penfolds grows these Shiraz grapes. The Shiraz, of course, is also called Syrah in a lot of other places, particularly France. Although as Australian wine has become more popular, the name of Shiraz is used in a lot more places now.
So this one to me smells more musky, but it also has that peppery smell that a lot of Shirazes have. Less fruity.
Yeah, it's a little more peppery, a little less fruity. Definitely younger. The smell is smells like it's going to be a little chewier of a wine.
I don't think so. It's very
not,
light.
though. Yeah,
No.
I like this one better, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, it is very light. It
Yeah.
doesn't have the same chewiness.
It doesn't have those spices when you taste it as much either.
It's got some dark berry hints to it. A little bit of currant maybe in there.
I like that.
Is it good with chocolate and cherry?
Try not to drool on yourself on camera.
Everything's good.
Kara drank a bottle before we started filming, so.
With the straw.
No, that was
Drink
last
faster.
night, I think. The night before. Oh, okay, you can't just hold these things.
It's not as dry as the 01,
No.
but I think that's because it hasn't aged as long.
Right. Agreed. Would you like one of my crackers?
No, I'm not a big fan of the rice flour.
Alright.
Tapioca is good, but rice, not so
Right.
much.
I found out that tapioca flour, rice is just like bread flour, the normal stuff, wheat. That's why it kind of...
You're hinting more at Listen Grove than Adelaide.
You,
At least
Mr.
it
Wandering
doesn't sound
Accent.
All I want is a wine somewhere just to drink in the cold night air.
We can open the windows.
I love that movie.
Don't we all?
What's the guy's name?
Rex Harrison?
Yeah. Is he in Harry Potter? Is he the...
No, he died a long time ago.
Okay, I thought so.
That's what I thought.
Plays Julius Caesar and Cleopatra. I don't know if
Does
you've
he?
seen that.
I haven't seen that in a while.
It's really good.
Another movie to watch.
It's also got Richard Burton in it. It's like the Russell Crowe of the 1960s.
Ah, I just like Russell Crowe and Gladiator. My favorite movie.
Have you seen A Beautiful Mind?
Yeah. I don't really like Russell Crowe, just the Gladiator.
Just a Gladiator.
I don't think he's hot.
What was
I
he
just
most
love that
recently? He's pretty hot in Gladiator, though.
movie. Yeah.
310 to Yuma. Probably the most recent I watched with him.
That's
got Christian Bale in it, too.
I watched it, I started like halfway through. I was like, I have no idea what's happening, but I can't stop watching.
310 to Yuma?
Mm-hmm.
That's so good.
Yeah. Bradley was watching it without me.
One of the bad guys is a Disney kid.
Really?
Yeah, I know all the Disney kids.
Jamie is a Disney kid.
I wish. I wanted to be. I'm a little old now.
How do you know? Alright, so third up we've got the 04. So this one's only 4 years old. Also the Shiraz here from Kalimna Penfolds. And we'll have to see how this one stacks up to the ones that have been sitting in the bottle for a little bit longer. Already we saw the 03 tasted a little bit younger, wasn't quite as dry as the other two. This one's just as purple as the ones before it.
What's the word for the color?
Purple.
Is there a word for like the color, the shades of the wine?
Yeah.
Because what's the
The color.
what's
But
the
there's
word
like
for the smell? Like
the nose.
The bouquet.
The
bouquet.
The bouquet. The nose.
Right.
And there's legs.
There's legs. So I was just wondering if there was a word for the color.
The legs are the
We
little...
know what the legs.
I know
coming
what legs.
down.
Tell the camera.
Oh, yes, tell the camera.
It's kind of hard to see on the camera. We don't have that good of a camera.
Oh, okay.
We don't have anyone to zoom in either.
We should have used my camera.
Oh, this one is a...
Ooh. See, I like that. I think I like
it's
newer
different.
Shirazes because of the more peppery. They've got...
Yeah, there's a lot more pepper in there.
I like that.
Much...
But this one's chewier than the last.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's good. That's what I like Shirazes that taste like that.
Hey, guys.
I think that mask felt really good. I like that mask.
Yeah, I did. You liked it?
So,
You wore
this
it?
wine is a nice purpley hue to it.
It's a little bit darker.
It's more opaque than the other two, I think.
Yeah, it is.
I don't really look at the color that much.
But it's peppier.
Peppier or pepperier?
Oh, it's got more pep to
Full
it.
of pep.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure.
It does. The fruit is not there like it was in the older wines.
No, it's not. It's got more herbs. I always just say pepper because it's normally the spicy taste in the
Yeah,
in the Shiraz.
it's a spicy taste,
Yeah.
dry, chewy. It's
I
amazing
like it,
how
though.
much
The
it,
aftertaste
it's
is
amazing
really
how
nice.
much it varies between the years.
Yeah. And it's the same grapes.
Well, how much do you think
Same.
is the difference in like
Same
the climate
Shiraz, yeah.
that they had, like the weather they had that year versus like just the age?
So does
How much
it,
is age? How much is the
Yeah.
vintage? You know.
does it have to do like do they use what are the variables that are different other than weather? Like is it just are the vines exactly the same? I mean obviously they're not gonna
It's the same vines,
same facility,
same
amount of
facility,
time in whatever
same
in
time
barrels.
on oak, and
Yeah.
I mean they've been making Bin 28 for quite a while now. So
28
they've got
years?
No, not 28 years.
Because then it wouldn't be Ben 28 and 01. It would be Ben 21. I'm just trying to learn more about it.
Oh yeah. No, let me read the back of the
My
bottle
first
here.
vertical tasting, unless we had vertical tasting when we were
Mine
in
too.
Napa Valley,
I don't
I
think we
don't
did.
remember.
I don't think I did.
We did.
What about when
Oh,
we
did
did
we?
at BB?
We did one in Fabiano.
I don't remember Fabiano.
Fabiano, yeah. So this one, yeah. So this since the 1950s, they've been using the same recipe for Bin 28.
Well, they should continue. Very
It's
good.
it's a good one.
It's a good one. I always
It's a
like
good
one.
Penfolds though. Australian and New Zealand wine.
It's Australian for wine.